chilling backstage at Mayhem Fest. We're with Mike from All That Remains, killer guitarist, man. Some great stuff you did on this CD here called Overcome. Great fourth CD, man. It's just awesome. And as well, selling six figures. I mean, that is just commendable, and it's nothing. You guys have done that all yourself.
Yeah,
haven't you?
So far, yeah.
It's
been a very gradual climb for the past 6 or 7 years. So, actually for the past 10 years, if you want to count all the local stuff too. You know, before a lot of people even joined the band. So, I don't know. It's just been getting pretty comfortable writing together, and the songs are flowing a little better, and people are, starting to catch on.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Thank God.
Yeah, it takes some time. Sometimes, hard work does pay off without the airplay, the radio airplay, and, not getting more than one spin of a video on whatever, Viacom product.
Now we're getting great radio airplay, which is really weird for us because we have singing. So it's like we're getting on daytime radio, which is very new.
Satellites has seemed to be a little more liberal with playing some of your guys, older.
We've always had that. Satellite's been really good to us. The Sirius guys are awesome, and I know we can play it on XM a lot, so Satellite's always been there. It's uncensored and all that stuff, which is cool. Yeah. But like the real rock radio is like that's when you really notice the difference. It's been awesome.
That's great that you've worked to that, and I nothing but commend you and Phil and the rest of the guys and girl in the band, and it's been great. See, I even knew that.
Yeah,
he was telling me that he had some shitty interviews the other day, and I was like, well, I hope this ain't one of those shitty interviews, but we're trying.
20 of them in the last 3 weeks, actually. It's been brutal.
Sometimes it takes a good old rock veteran like Gigz to come out and harass some people and, try to convince them that there's somebody's out there trying to do good, But tell me about recording this. Now, you guys, the drums just seem so much more, like, unbelievable. You know what I mean? Jason on the drums, he's just fucking slamming, dude. And does he tune his bass drum up, like, super high, or...
I'm not really sure.
You can talk about that even.
I don't really know much about drums. I know the drum sound on the record is one of the tones that we're the most happy with.
Well, he's very distinguished. I mean, so I'm sure as your band member, you recognize that.
Yeah, whatever they did in the studio, I'm really not aware of. I'm one of those dudes that like they start explaining drums to me. I'm just like, But
you come in and lay your part down later, and you already got what you have to work with.
First time we traveled to do a record, so like I go and do my parts, and I want to get on the first plane. The first airplane home, because I was just like sick of sitting in a hotel room for a month. I was like, get me the hell out of here. But it was cool, it was the first time traveling to do a record, first time working with Jason Sukoff. So.
Oh yeah, Jason's done great things for a lot of bands out there, and
he pulled some good stuff out of us. He pulled, some of the biggest songs we've ever had out of us. So. Cool, it served its purpose going down to Florida, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, exactly. And he just in his own recording studio where you went?
Yeah, he has a compound, like a little compound kind of thing. It's like a couple buildings. He's got a nice setup.
Nice setup.
It's all wheelchair access. It's perfect for him. Because he's not going to travel.
No, obviously not.
He needs obviously things to be kind of customized for him. So.
But that wouldn't hinder his skills at all.
No, definitely not. No, but it's cool. It's a cool atmosphere. Everyone's just chilling, watching movies, smoking weed.
S&D.
Not me. I don't smoke weed. But.
Well, hey, man, we wouldn't try to force you to if you didn't want to.
I can't function on that stuff.
That ain't cool. That's the only way I can function. So what the fuck? For most people, it's booze. So you know what I mean.
A lot of people, yes.
But Ollie, did he spend a year on the lead this time for the CD Overcome?
He didn't have time. I don't think he didn't have time. This was a little.
Did that stress him out at all?
This is our most rushed album so far, but he was hauling. The cool thing about going down to Florida and just being stuck in a hotel room for a month is the focus is a lot better. You're just in the room and you're just like, all right, well, I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere. I might as well practice the parts because what the hell else am I going to do? And Ollie was up until 5 o'clock in the morning every day. I'd be sleeping, I'd wake up in the middle of the night, and he'd still be sitting there on the couch, wailing away, just working on parts, being as meticulous as possible.
When we interviewed Phil the last time on Ozfest, Ollie was in high demand for guitar lessons from a lot of the younger bands.
He's still doing it.
Yeah,
he does lessons with fans. He does online sets it up through email and just meets the kids in each city now. Does lessons online.
That's cool. That's cool. You're playing some leads too, right?
I do some leads, yes. Not a ton, but some. Like a handful here and there.
I mean, the
I think there's like
rhythms,
4 on
the
this record.
intrepidation of the rhythms are just, so tight and cool. Anyways,
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
like-
As a rhythm guitarist myself, I'd have a blast playing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like being able to do that stuff. I see Ollie working on the leads, and I'm just like, man, that looks like a lot of work. And even the small amount of leads I'll do, he'll be helping me with them and stuff. He's really good helping me with like
You play
freight.
more in the pentatonic scales, or
Yeah, I'm like we definitely as far as leads go, completely.
he's in
different
the
styles.
monochromatic scales
Yeah,
and
just
crazy shit.
sweeping everything.
Yeah,
I can't do that stuff. Period. So I go more like rock oriented stuff, which is what I grew up on with.
Well, you could do it David Gilmour speed. I could do that, right?
Yeah, it's a good contrast with both of us. If both of us were just doing sweep arpeggios the whole time, it'd be kind of like.
Yeah,
hell is
no.
this? So it's cool. Like if he'll do something really complicated, and I'll just do something really like bendy and simple and long noted.
Well, it seems like there's really been a resurgence as far as lead guitar being reborn into metal, because for a while it was just very
So much more.
I haven't seen it since like probably the early to mid '80s before it went superficial, lipstick and hair shit.
Now it's out of hand. You see like a bunch of 15-year-old kids on the internet just ripping.
Yeah.
Like that just like still smoke me and Ollie. And it's kind of disheartening. You see all this YouTube like practice videos and everything you can do now. Like by the time you're 16, you can be like a virtuoso.
Prodigy,
Yeah, it's unreal. There's so many of them now, so it's like I guess we're lucky to be in bands doing what we're doing.
Well, the thing is, it's hard to find another set of people that you can work with and identify with, and have a good camaraderie with, and then take it off into another direction, and because a lot of those kids, they get too good or they're dysfunctional or whatever, they just can't communicate with other people well. They're very sheltered from working in a small place.
Yeah, a lot of them don't concentrate on songwriting at all either. It's just like a big show-off session.
Yeah, exactly.
And then people listen to it for 5 minutes and go, okay, wow, that dude's awesome, and now I'm bored.
Yeah, because that's what we've been through that in the '80s.
People like songs.
We've seen Steve Vai, and all the greats of the '80s, Yngwie Malmsteen. But anyways, tell us a little bit about 2 weeks. We got the video coming up here on the show, and it's your second track to be promoted off the CD.
Yes.
And probably part of a good reason why it's selling so well, because you got two good tracks out there being hooked on.
I think 2 weeks deserves most of the credit right now for the success of the album. On rock radio, it did a billion times better than we ever thought it was going to do. We were just happy that a couple stations were playing it. And then we just found out how much it was getting added all over the country, and then it eventually got up to like number 6 in the country, like on active rock radio or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So that just blew our mind that we had like a top 10 single. And it was like officially like a hit single. We were like, whoa, we got a hit single.
Yeah. You get like a plaque from iTunes or something?
No, nothing like that.
That sucks.
I would like a plaque. Like a bronze plaque or something.
Alrighty, Mike Martin, I appreciate your time on the show. And right now we're going to roll that video, 2 weeks, from Overcome. That'd be this CD, which looks quite celestial. I don't know. But check it out right here.